What's up guys, MissBest here, back with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes commentary video, and I am going to be hitting the next target on my roster review, and that is Rey. Everybody's favorite DPS, either you hate her or you love her. I happen to be in the lover crowd. She is one of the best attackers, if not comparatively stats-minded, the best attacker in the game. Her stats, she's got a decent health pool for how hard she hits. Her speed is extremely high. She is often one of the first characters to move. I think the only characters who will go faster than her are Yoda. Now, granted, Yoda with the speed buff, Count Dooku, and possibly Qui-Gon Jinn in a leader position. Potency it doesn't really matter because she's not inflicting anything, but she does have alright tenacity. Her main attack, Shifting Strike, deals physical damage to the enemy with 40% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns. What makes this ability nice is, well, it hits really hard, and she gets foresight, which is, we'll get to that. Leverage, her second ability, deals physical damage to a target enemy. In addition, Rey gains foresight for 2 turns if she doesn't have any positive status effects, and gains offense up for 3 turns if she does. Foresight counts as a positive status effect, so if she gains foresight from her basic, she gets offense up when she uses that ability. Her last ability, Flurry of Blows, deals physical damage to target enemy twice with a 55% chance to deal damage a 3rd time. If Rey has any positive status effects, she gains an additional 1 hit. Hits after the first deal reduce damage. That means if you have a positive status effect, you're going to deal 3 or 4 attacks. Her unique passive ability, Focus Strikes, Rey gains 25% offense up as long as she doesn't have any negative status effects. That is what makes Foresight so valuable when you're playing Rey. When it comes to Rey's gear, getting her to gear 8 is actually pretty easy. All things considered, there are much more difficult characters to gear than Rey. Gear 9 does require the 50-piece stun cuff and the Mark V furnace from raids, so you'll have to rely on raids to get to 9. To get from 9 to 10, you'll require another 2 pieces of raid gear. At Gear 9, though, you can get 4 pieces of gear relatively easily. Those 3 pieces that I already have equipped, super easy to farm. The Mark VI Hypo Syringe is actually found from challenges, so as soon as I have the pieces of that, I'll be giving her the next full Hypo Syringe. When it comes to farming Rey, she has 3 hard mode nodes that you can farm. Those are 7B, 5D, I believe, 5D, and 2A. That Dark Side 7B is going to be a little bit more difficult to 3-star without a good Daka or Talia on your side, but she's also available in the guild store. She used to be a very long farm. Her shards showing up in the guild store honestly probably cut, I would probably argue, a month and a half of farming shards for me. I got her up to par pretty quickly with the shard shop with my guild, so that definitely makes farming her much easier for those of you out there who are real interested in getting Rey added to your roster. Now, as you can tell, she does hit pretty stinking hard, and that's what makes her so attractive for people who are lacking a good, strong DPS. I will admit that once I added Rey to my roster, Galactic War was a night and day difference. I do have an ally here who actually has Han Solo unlocked at 6 stars, pretty impressive. He hits pretty stinking hard too. I know this is my roster review of Rey, but I know a lot of you have been curious about how hard Han hits. I know I was, and so it was pretty cool to see him on my allies list for somebody to use and actually be able to see his damage output, which I was pretty impressed. His stun on the first attack of each engagement is actually pretty handy too. Rey is very capable of doing some serious damage. You can see there, she's cranking out these almost 15,000 damage crits with her leverage ability without offense up. She's gaining offense up after the fact, and it's pretty incredible to see that much damage from a single attack. Her flurry of strikes is always nice to see, multiple crits, but it's really easy to see just how fast that damage drop-off is between that first attack and all the subsequent attacks thereafter. A lot of people would say that Rey is overpowered, I disagree. I think that Rey is a very good balance of high damage with very little armor, very little resistance. She's very vulnerable to attack. She's definitely what I would call squishy and the epitome of a glass cannon. She is pretty vulnerable to attack. She's very easy to take out as long as she doesn't gain foresight. The strategy for beating her on an opponent's arena team is really essentially don't let her sit with foresight. If she has foresight long enough to take 2 turns, she's going to destroy you. She's going to kill at least 1 or 2 characters on your team. Strategies for using Rey, she is pretty much useful wherever you need a DPS. She's great in raids, she's great in arena, she's great in galactic war, she's great for challenges, she's pretty much great everywhere. If you don't have Rey, go farm Rey, get in a guild, and go farm Rey. Did I mention go farm Rey? If you missed my last video, it was on Teebo. You can click the annotation on the screen to be taken to that video. And as always, like, favorite, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.